everyone, it's Lore Plays, here with a Fae Farm video on how to breed every single type of flower in the game, which, as you probably know, are used for pallets, wings, and of course, completing the almanac. What makes this video different from all the other flower breeding videos is, instead of saying, hey, a red rose and a white lily make pink, a pink rose or a pink lily, I'm giving you an easy to follow map of what flowers to plant where so you can have all 72 growing all at once. Kinda. Let's get into it. I made this map by compiling a lot of information and putting it into Excel, which is what allowed me to kind of visualize the plots. So here you can see to make an orange rose, you breed together a red rose and a yellow tulip. Easy enough. But then it starts to get a little complicated. To make a violet rose, for example, you need to breed a magenta rose. Well, how do you get a magenta rose? Crossing a magenta trillium with a rose that has a red and magenta gene or petal. How do you get that kind of rose? Well, by crossing a red rose with a magenta trillium. So I put all of these steps together to see which is required for each flower. And then with this information, I was able to organize the flowers based on what is required for other flowers, and it's starting to sound a little complicated, so let's just look at my map. I organized it based on flower type and then added arrows to the flowers that need to be moved or replaced. The key here tells you what everything means. So first is the yellow fill, which means the flower comes from a seed, or it's at least a pure version of its color. The color is important, not the type, but for the sake of clarity and ease of use, each of these in my map comes from a seed that you can buy at a merchant. As a reminder, you can get white, red, and yellow seeds from the town merchant Rosalind, and green, blue, and magenta seeds from the Fairy World merchant Asphodel. You need to have completed the second dungeon in order to unlock Asphodel, so if you don't have him yet, don't worry. You can still start breeding with what colors you do have. I do have a shopping list of how many seeds to buy that I'm pretty sure is right, but maybe buy a few more just in case you mess up or something. Then we're going to start putting down the flower beds. This is what mine looks like right now. In order to get the entire thing to fit, each row has 36 flower beds without any spaces. To breed a flower, there needs to be a single space between two flowers. So this setup works because there's only ever no spaces between the flowers, or two empty spaces as I wait for previous flowers in that step to grow. Hopefully this will make more sense by the end of the video. Now there does need to be an empty space between each row, however. That way there won't be any crossbred contamination between the rows, which sounds awful. I also have a blank spot in the first row for every flower type, and this just helps me stay organized, totally optional. So this section, only roses should be growing. This section, only tulips should be growing, etc. So put down your flower beds, then get out your seeds and begin following the map precisely when planting those seeds. For the first row, we want a red rose, a space, and then a white lily. Then no space, because remember there isn't enough room for a full space between plots, and plant a red rose and a green zinnia. Then a red rose and a magenta trillium. Big space for my divider, then yellow tulip, space, red rose, and so on. Then water all of the flowers and wait. The initial setup is the time sink, but it's much less time consuming once they've grown because you can basically forget about them. Once everything is nicely watered, wait a few days, watering every day, until the flowers are fully grown. They can begin crossbreeding once they're fully grown. One day you'll wake up and see some seeds may have appeared between two flowers. Yay! Or unless it's raining, then they might already look like little sprouts. When the seeds appear, check to see if they're the right kind of seed. So let's take a look at this seed here in my roses section. You can see I have a pink rose, an empty space or now a seed, and a white lily. Because this is in my roses section, I know that all of the things that I'm trying to breed here should be a rose. For example, this little sprout is a blue rose. Here, I just saw that it's actually a pink lily. which is fine, but I've got pink lilies growing in my lily section, and it's totally up to you. I think right here, right? Yeah. It's totally up to you if you want to keep it, move it. In my case, I'm going to actually just delete it. So I'm going to go into my build mode, which is C. On Switch, I believe it's the up arrow or down arrow. I actually play on my Steam Deck most of the time, so I should know what the what the key is, but whatever. And here I'm just going to remove that seed because I don't want it. Here I've got the blue rose, which is great. I'm going to water that because I want it to grow. I don't see any more seeds here. I've got 2 sprouts. I've got a yellow tulip that needs some water, and then an ivory tulip, which is good. So yellow, ivory, and white. And then over here, we've got the wrong type of tulip. So we've got already a blue and yellow tulip here, and then another blue and yellow tulip here. So normally I would remove this, but now's a good opportunity to show you what I would have done if this was a pure yellow tulip like shown in the map that I made, and you bred this yellow and blue tulip. In the map, it shows this kind of like a corner arrow, and that's supposed to mean replace. So in the key, I say replace the left flower with the new middle flower. So pick or remove the left flower, this one, go into build mode, remove this seed, and then move this over here. So this is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to pick it. So I have it. Then I'm going to remove, right? And then I'm going to just move this guy over. And that's all you got to do. That's how you replace. So now between this flower and this flower, we should expect a blue tulip, which clearly I've already gotten before. If you look on the map, once this has a blue tulip, what we're going to do is move it down to this spot here, so that we are going to be breeding the blue and the green to make a teal tulip, which I don't have yet, which is fine. Here we've got a sprout, right? So this orange and the red make a red tulip, which is great. This orange came from yellow and red up here. There was an orange and I just moved it down. Here I'm just gonna water this guy. Some of these flowers I accidentally pick, and that's why I have to regrow them. Here I've got a green zinnia and a blue hyacinth, and we've got a teal zinnia, which is beautiful. I already have a teal zinnia that I moved down, as you can see. Here we've got a seed. This is my zinnia section, and I see that this is a regular tulip. Well, a yellow and green tulip, which I don't want, so I am going to remove that guy. And what about here? Pink lily, I don't want it. I want a pink zinnia. So let's remove that. And again, you don't have to remove them. You could always just move that pink lily over to your lily section if you want. But for me, I'm not in any rush to complete this. So I don't mind just removing it for the sake of my sanity. What do we have here? A blue and white hyacinth. And I already have a blue and white hyacinth here, so I can remove this. Otherwise, what I would do is move this over, right? Because this would be a replacement. But in this case, I'm just gonna remove. Do I have any others? Here's this one. Yay, an orange lily. So I don't have an orange lily, as you can see down here. So that's perfect. I'm gonna water that. I'm very happy. What about this one? Yay, a green lily. Oh, I already had a green lily. Still, that's making me happy that at least something is growing here. And then we get to water that. I might be missing a few sprouts to water. Here's a violet lily that I just need to water to grow, and I don't think there's anything else. Nope, that's it. So some mornings you'll have a lot of seeds, some mornings you won't have any seeds, and in this case, I think I only had one seed, this orange lily, that was worth all of this. That was new anyway. So that's basically it. What we're doing is we are either replacing the flowers, usually these double gene, these 2 different genes, blue and white, for example. Here I've got white and magenta. And you move them down or you replace. So you can start getting all of the colors and all of the types. Very exciting. As you can see down here, I've got 2 empty spaces. So ideally, this hyacinth will breed with this red rose to make a red hyacinth. And then once a red hyacinth starts growing, I'll put it here. I'll move it down. And then hopefully next to the white lily, I'll get a pink hyacinth. And then I can move the pink down here just as part of my little collection. And then I could also move the red hyacinth down here. So with the yellow tulip, it will make an orange hyacinth. So this is why I've organized it in this way. Just so it's easy to replace or move down and everything's growing all at once. And they're organized, so I'm not going crazy thinking about genes and petals and which one has what and whatever. So this works for me, and I really hope it works for you. As you can see down here, I've got some seeds. This one looks fine because it's a tulip. And then this one's okay. But sometimes you'll get crossbreeds because these have single spaces between them. Looks like I didn't today, which is good. But sometimes I've been getting some crossbreeds down here, and then you just pick those, or let them grow if you want, and then pick them later. But so as you can see, I'm still trying to get all of the flowers, but so far the map is working, and I'm pretty happy with it. I really hope that helped you guys. Let me know in the comments if I made any mistakes or how you might have organized these flowers. I admit maybe 36 plots across isn't the greatest of layouts, but it's working for me, and you can't really argue with the results, I guess. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll try to get new Fae Farm videos out to you if you're interested. Thanks, guys.